starting up.
Hello, Eevee.
Welcome, Kyle. What can I do for you?
Show me the weather.
You said show me the weather. What can I do for you?
Play In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida.
You said to play In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. What can I do for you? I do not understand you.
Oh, hey, Alex.
Hey,
How's class?
pretty good. What have you been up to?
Just got back from class, started watching some In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, my favorite music video.
Sit.
Eevee starting up.
Maybe.
Welcome, Alex.
Hey,
What can I do for you?
play Netflix.
You said to play Netflix. Playing most recently watched show.
There were rumors that they were going to announce it next month. They must have gotten impatient. Whatever they say, we need to come up with 10,000 possible responses to 10,000 possible scenarios.
Hello, Kyle speaking. Oh, hey, Jim. Okay, we're on our way right now. You totally forgot our meeting with Jim. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus.
A few moments later.
Hey, where's my laptop?
That's weird.
I left it right here, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, let's check the activity log.
Yeah. Ah, good thing I keep my laptop under the chair. Okay, as you can see here, well, it looks like it was Jim.
That's weird. No wonder he wasn't in his office.
Ah.
Hi guys, now we have a red pen here, and it's connected with a motion sensor, and it will detect the motion. Once it detects motion, and we have another red pen there, and connect with the camera, it will take the picture. After it take picture, it will send the picture to the survey, and the survey will identify who is the person, and then transfer back the information to here. That's all.
So I'm going to continue talking a bit about our architecture and how the systems talk to each other. So we use something called SSH to communicate between the Pis and the laptops. So it starts from the Raspberry Pi being attached to the door over here. We have a Pi over here, which uses SSH to talk to this Pi, which has a camera in it. And when motion is detected using infrared, it orders this Pi to take a picture using it. And when a picture is taken, it sends it over to this Linux server, and the Linux server sends it back to the web server through HTTP post request, and the web server then analyzes it using Google AutoML, and it sends back a JSON value with the name of the person who it thinks it is, and also sends back a confidence value, so how confident the system is on who the person is. And then the Linux server sends the JSON back to the Raspberry Pi, which is connected to the laptop, and we just do whatever is needed with the JSON value.
Hi, my name is Kipsy, and I'm going to be talking about our text-to-speech and speech-to-text implementation. So the first thing that happens is the Linux server sends us a JSON file containing the name that was identified, and then from there we can begin the Eevee speaking to the user. So the Eevee will greet, first of all, the user and say, welcome, whatever the name is, and then start a conversation. So whenever it says, what can I do for you? Then it will listen through the microphone, and using speech recognition as well as OS system, the user will be able to then talk back to Eevee. Eevee will be able to recognize what is said and convert it to text so that Eevee can then reply back or implement whatever function is being called. For instance, when we run the weather function, the user can ask what is the weather, and then weather can open up on Firefox on the computer. So as of now, there are a couple functions that are being implemented, but the system will be able to scale up so that we can implement more functions so that the user can do more with the Eevee system.
Hi guys, I'm Jiang and I'm going to introduce how we use the CNN convolutional neural networks in our project. What we do is based on the we do this on the Linux server, and when we got the picture from the camera, and we first use the OpenCV to do the process and resize the picture, and then use CNN to capture if that is a person in the picture, and CNN will return the list of bugs which contain the human in the picture and the score of it. If the score is greater than a specific threshold, we will believe that it's a person in the picture, and then we will use the coordinates of in the box to crop out the human, and then to do the filter steps process. Thanks.
Emailo, I will be explaining about the Firebase database which we are using to store our activity logs. So here we are providing a portal where user can log in into the system, and for login we are using Firebase authentication, which is a service provided by the Firebase data store, where user can enter his email and password, and that will authenticate the user to access him to the database. So once the user is authenticated, he will have the access to the database, and where we provide a link to the activities log. Once Kyle clicks on the activities log, he will able to see all the activities that has happened in his home, so he can check from the timestamp who all has entered in his home while he was not there, and he can find out who has stolen his books.
Hi, my name is Pratik, and I'll be explaining how the user can set preferences and how he can display the preferences. So what basically preferences is like, suppose there is a person named John, and he wants to play music. So whenever Eevee detects John, whenever he enters the room, and Eevee will ask like, what can I do for you? So if John says that he wants to play music, then Eevee will play music because John already set the preferences to play music. So now I'll be we have a UI, and once the user is logged in, he'll be able, he has a preference tab. When he click on that, he has two options. One is to add the preferences, like John already added the preference to play music. The second option is to display the preferences. So first let's check what are the preferences and what are the users we have in the system. So these are the users with a unique ID and the preferences that they already set. For adding the preferences, we can just go into the add preference tab. Let's say Peter, and he wants to turn off light, and he just submit here. So this will add the preferences to the database, and whenever he again click on display, then we have here Peter and the light, and his preference is set to turn off light. So let's again check in the database. It is already stored in the database, so we have users here. Let's quickly check the ID. It's ZM9. So ZM9 here is. So here is Peter with the preferences turn off light, and this is how he can set the preferences and display the preferences. Thank you.
Yeah, hi, my name is Siddharth Lapsiwala, and today I will talk about the App Engine web server. So basically we got a base 64 image from the front end, and after that the base 64 we will push it to the AutoML. So AutoML is a Google machine learning API. So in that we have all the person's images. It's around more than 1,000 images we have captured for the particular person, and after that we have tagged each of the image with we have labeled it with each of the image with the person. So once we send it the image to the AutoML, it will respond back the name of a person and its confidence level. So based on the confidence level we received it and the name of a person, it will again go back to our Firebase database and check what is the preference of that person. And after that we will respond back to our front end guys with the help of our HTTP response, and based on that the front end will perform the action of the user preference.